Okay, what I'm trying to do, just kidding. What I'm trying to do right now is to literally get up everything that I raked last night. I'm trying to clear my yard for my garden. This is the easy way to do it so you don't spill nothing, is to knock your trash can over. Hi everybody. This is your friendly neighborhood California Mojave Gardener here. I'm clearing my area that I'm going to use for my garden. Yesterday I raked, so the pile that's over here, I have to get up, and the pile that's about right there, I have to get up. So today's Thursday and the trash man is coming, so I'm trying to do it before he comes around because this is my neighbor's trash can, because yesterday I already filled up my trash can. So this is what's going to be done for right now, and then I'll come back on and I'll tell you what to do next. I had a video for yesterday, but I had 3 videos. I lost all 3 of them yesterday trying to edit. Lost all 3. So I'm up at 9 o'clock this morning. This is trash day. Trying to get all this at least picked up. I think I'm going to extend it out a little bit. This might be big enough, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to come back and bring you back on so you can see what I do next. Okay, for right now, I'm just clearing it. I raked it. Right now, since I have nothing but sand and dirt, and we had rain on Monday, today's Thursday, we had rain on Monday, the ground is easier for me to rake. It's not damp, but it's easier. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. As you can see, I've already pulled up all the big bushes and stuff was in here. Had a pair of gloves, pulled them up by hand, filled up my trash basket. So I'll be back. Well, I got one side done. It is definitely heavy. So I'm gonna do this side and get this trash can out here to the front. And then, oh, I'm tired. I'll be back to tell you what I'm gonna do next. All right. Okay. I thought I would bring you guys a little closer. I'm getting it done. I just wish I had some help. It would go a lot faster. But the person that said they was gonna help me, they've been stressing all week. So I just decided to just go ahead and do it myself. Oh man. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and then I'll come back. Hey, make sure if you guys don't have a gardener or anything like that, because I don't. Anything I want done, I have to get out here and do it myself. I forgot to bring a towel out here. I forgot to bring my water out here. At least I have my cap, my glasses. Make sure you have glasses on because this dirt is kicking up stuff not so nice. So I've only got about about 5 feet left to do. And then I'll come back on and we'll talk about what I plan on doing next. All right, just finished. I can hear the trash man. I'm gonna go put this out front and I'll be right back to tell you what we're gonna do next. All right, as you can see, it is basically clear. Except for up there. All it is, all the way to the wall. I gotta get up Rufus's poo. It is basically clear. All right. This is where I plan to put my tent and both of my greenhouses. Oh. This thing, this back brace, it's not long enough. Because I can still feel it. I can feel it all over. Yeah. And it don't feel good. No. No. But all those little lumps and bumps that when you look at the ground, you can see like little lumps and bumps. I sprayed weeder down there. So hopefully it won't grow back. My question is, why did they do this? They put brick right there, but it doesn't keep going. It literally stops. That's not a brick that I know of. Nope, that's just dirt. They just stopped it. You can't tell me that's not weird. Rufus, cut it out. He done got into something because his paws are red. So let's go back inside where I can get me something nice and cool to drink and we're gonna talk. All right, now I'm in the house. Gotta go wash my hands. It's just one of those days. Okay. I wash all the way up to my arms. Soap. Get in between my fingers and my nails. Woo. That was a lot of dirt that just came off me. All right. Now, you know what I forgot to do? Please don't forget this. I literally forgot to take my allergy meds. I'm going to pay for that later. Okay. Rinsed off my face with nice cool water. All right. It says this. My cap is sweaty, so I can't put that on. Whew. Just getting up that little bit was something. Guava. Well, I've done everything so far as you saw It's covered. All that's cleared out. Now I have to get the see what's the word I'm looking for. I have to put the mats down. Went to the big box store and got I think I 8x5. I got 2 of them. They were $25 each. Now I bought them in advance before the car accident, thinking that I would be at work right now. I should get them, bring them in here. I got the stakes for it a long time ago. I think they're 4 to 6 inch stakes, something like that, either 4 or 6. But these are just the regular cheap mats. They're supposed to be eco-friendly or eco-flow or something. You know what? I'm going to take you with me. Let's go out to the car and I can show you. Instead of going out there, I actually went and brought them in here. They're called the Eco Rugs. They're for indoor, outdoor. They're 6 feet by 8 feet. They said they're made out of 100% post-consumer plastic drinking bottles. And the rugs are recyclable. They didn't just take something that was recyclable and make something unrecyclable. This is recyclable. This is them. It's like felt. It feels sort of like felt, but it's not. See? They are about $25 each, and they're 6 by 8. I also bought some U-shaped stakes. It's in a U, but it's not rounded. It's square, so it goes like this. So and they're sharp, so I'm just going to on each end of them, just to hold them down and make sure they stay. So those are the 2 rugs I'm going to put out there and stake down. Whew. Unfortunately, I don't know how to edit, so so that'll be on a second video today. And also we're going to put those down and we're going to try to get at least the tent up and stake the tent into the ground. I was thinking about, since I'm going to end up probably having a grow light in there inside the tent. It's one of those gazebo tents. You know, the ones that you buy from the big box stores that you could just put up, take down, put up, move it around, whatever you want to do with it. Now, like I said, it does have a mosquito net. Yes, it does, which is great. But then when it gets really, really cold, it's like, are you going to run outside and cover your vegetables with blankets and tarps? Well, instead of me doing that, I can take zip ties and zip tie a tarp all around the four sides where the netting is. Because I can always just roll it up from the bottom up and get another zip tie if I need air to go through. And plus, on the top of it, there is a ventilation shaft right in the middle that goes straight up where all 4 corners meet. So that's good. So it won't get too hot. And if it does get hot on there with them real sunny days, I can just go out there, like I said, and just roll a tarp up and secure it. If it gets cold, I can let the tarps down, secure all sides. If it snows, because it does snow out here in the desert. A lot of people think it don't snow. But yeah, ooh, I'm all glistening. Yeah, but it does snow. And the reason why I moved it from one side, the reason why I moved it from one side of the yard to the other side is because the people that built this house We have a covered patio. You would think that they will put a plug over there. They put a plug all the way over here on this side. And it's the only plug that they have that's outdoors. It's the only plug. So if it gets down to the point where it is too cold, I can take my little floor heater. I have a little floor heater. Run it out there with an extension cord. Secure it with, they have these rain and snow proof, little, I'm trying to look for the word. I can't think of it, but it's about this big. They have them for Christmas now that you can get, which would be probably good. Because you don't have to go to the garden section of the big box stores to get it. You can go to the Christmas sections. Because remember, all of your lights and your little blow up dolls and stuff for Christmas and for Halloween, which is coming up, and for Thanksgiving, which is coming up, that's outside. For these cold days, you don't want to get electrocuted. So you have to have a little containment. Excuse me. Hey, chill. He does this every single time. Where you put the plugs in on both ends and you close it and you secure it. Sorry. And you secure it. That way no snow, no rain, no water or anything will get into it. I'm going to use that. Then on the outside, let me tell you, the plug that's connected to the house, they don't have it to where you could really use it. I mean, you could use it. You can use it. You could definitely use it. It's been tested. I've tested it. It works. When I grill fish and I have my little plug-in grill, I set my grill outside and I plug it in because I don't want the house smelling like fish. But it's not where it's waterproof. It just has the two plug-ins, and then it has a shaft that you can open, close. That's it. There's no security on it for water. And they have no rain gutters. So when the rain comes down on the sloping roof right there, because it slopes right there, your plug can literally get wet. So I'm going to have to go to the big box stores and get one of the little clear, little secure things for it, where you can plug it in and say this is where the plug is, and it's going to come over it. And it's going to come down, and then your plug is going to secure in, and it's going to, the cord is going to come down. And then all I need is some little bit of insulated tubing. Turn that sucker on low and keep the vegetables nice and pliable, to where they won't get all hard and crispy, break off, die, and then all your effort went for nothing. Yeah. I don't want to do that. That's not the plan. Ooh. Yeah. So, I mean, I got it up here. I got some, also I have some, what do you call that? Furniture plastic. You know, the plastic that used to go on grandma's good furniture, you know, like that furniture that looked Victorian antique furniture. I have some of that. And I have some alien tape. And I'm going to take that and make a mini gutter where the covered patio is, because there's a lot of water that come off that covered patio. There are certain areas of this house where the water is just like Niagara Falls. So why not catch it? So I'm going to set up something that's going to go along, and it's going to go right down into a bucket and collect it. Right now I only have 5 gallon buckets, but I do plan to get like the what is it, the 70 gallon buckets, the ones the ones that look like pickle buckets, the tall blue ones or black ones. Yeah, I plan to get some of those. I'm sorry, but the sun is the brightness is bothering my eyeballs a little bit, giving me a headache. So that's what I plan to do. Now, if you are a first time gardener like I am and you want to come along, guava, on the journey with me, and if you want to do the same thing that I've done, all right, I say go in the backyard, pick your spot where you want. If you have one of these tents, I think my tent was like 100. Actually, it was on sale. So there go the trash man. He must have took a break when he was on around the corner, but he's doing it now. Did you hear all that? But if you want to go along on this journey with me, I would say this is what you do. Get your rake, get you a shovel, get you some gloves, put on some glasses. If you don't have no glasses, get you some goggles. You can go to HFT. They're like $2, $3 for a little pair of goggles. Get out there and clear your area to where you want it. So yeah, mine, since this is 6 feet, I'm probably gonna do 12 by 18. No, sorry, 12 by 16. That should be big enough for me to get the tent and 2 greenhouses on there. I might put the small little topper greenhouse. I might put it in the inside. It just depends. And let's get this growing adventure started. Let's do it. And then go to Lowe's. That's where they have these rugs in the garden section, in the inside. I mean, not in the inside of the building, but you know, the little garden section on the outside. They got them right there. They're 6 by 8s. They're $25 plus tax. Get you a couple of those depending on how big you want your space. If you have a black thumb like I thought I did, I would say get maybe 1 rug. If your gazebo little thing is big, go ahead and get 2 rugs just in case. They have some U stakes in the back. They're rectangle with only 3 sides though. Okay, so they go like this. Get you some of those, and then we'll be ready for. I'll post later on tonight if we get everything up. Make sure you have stakes, long enough stakes for your little tent gazebo. You want one that has a mosquito netting. You can go to HFT, which I'm just going to tell you, Harbor Freight Tools, where you can go and get your tarps. Now, since I am going to put tarps up around it, now you can go get you like a gazebo one that has the mosquito netting and its own enclosure. I do not believe mine has an enclosure of its own. So that's why I'm going to go get tarps. And I'm going to get the silver tarps, which is going to cost a little bit more because I am going to be running grow lights, which I can also get from Lowe's. Sorry, those scanners keep trying to call me. I don't like scams. So I'm going to get the silver ones because I'm going to grow lights. I'm going to have grow lights in there. And the grow lights, what they do is they bank shot off of the silver tarps to make it brighter in there, to make sure it covers your whole garden. So that's what I plan to do. If you want to come along with me, we can do this together. This video has been long enough, and I'm going to just get off of here. And Rufus is laying down looking like a bear rug. When he was wet, oh my God, he was outside while it was raining. I came home, he looked straight like a poodle. Even though he's half poodle and half Labrador, he looked like his poodle was showing big time. Right now, he's got a little bit of poodle and bear showing right now. Tried to comb him out real good, but did nothing happen, but he got fluffier and fluffier, and I was like, okay, now you look like a bear, so I'm done. I tried. So I also bought a couple of cinder blocks, but I'm gonna take it back to the store that I bought them from because it's too expensive, and I did find them again at Lowe's for $1.19. We're gonna be growing in cinder blocks, and they're going to be sitting on the ground on your rug. So if you choose that you don't want this rug, you can get the ones that have the fake grass, but make sure they have ventilation holes in them. If they don't have holes in them where the water can drain out, you don't want them, because all you're gonna do is develop a gigantic flood in your garden. And you're gonna be walking in it. Your plants are gonna die because they're gonna get root rot because it's just gonna be too much moisture. That's why I decided to go with this, because the water goes straight through it. Straight through it. I don't have to worry about checking to make sure holes are in it or anything. Water is just gonna go straight through it. Just like with felt, water runs straight through it. Just like with velvet, all that, water runs straight through. So that's what I'm working with, and I'm gonna upload this video now, and then later on tonight, you guys will get another video. You probably get 3 videos today. Today's Thursday. You're gonna get the one about the clearing the yard. I hate the fact that the 3 videos that I did yesterday, where I actually went through it and you got to see me pull up stuff, rake stuff, do it all. I hate the fact that I lost all 3 of those videos. So now I'm just gonna, instead of trying to edit, I'm just gonna be pausing for the cause. That's all I can do. You know, this is First Time Gardener, the naked truth. I tell you what other people don't tell you. If you on concrete, you can still garden. You can garden on concrete. You can use pots. You can still use cinder blocks. You can sit your cinder blocks. You can sit the rug on the concrete and put the cinder blocks on top. It's still, water's gonna run right out of it. You still good. Okay? So for the people who don't have a garden, if you don't have nothing but a little area, or you don't have nothing but a balcony, say you live in an apartment and you don't have nothing but a balcony, get you a rug. All you need is one rug. You're gonna have to cut it to size. My mom loves these rugs. She will put down a rug on her patio, on her balcony without even blinking an eye. She be doing some stuff. When she get through, you can sit outside. If it's raining, you don't have to worry about getting cold, nothing. She loves these grass mats. Cut it to size. Still, get you some cinder blocks. Get you some, not potting soil. Don't get that. I tried that. Don't do it. It compacts down. It makes it harder for your roots to grow, and then your whole plant stresses out. Get potting mix. Potting mix. Potting mix. Not potting soil. Get potting mix. Okay? And then I'll tell you what to do from there, and we're just gonna keep going with this thing and get our growth started. If you think you late, I'm late, but we're going to do it anyway. I still got tomatoes out there that's still growing from springtime. Nobody told the tomato plant to stop growing. So it's my cherry tomatoes and my chocolate cherry tomatoes are still producing. Still producing. And they are about 8 feet long. Really no leaves. Because I done cut all the way up. No leaves. Took off 5 to 6 hornworms about this big, about the thickness of my thumb off. And at the top, they got bundles of tomatoes. And they still producing. My onions, they still producing. Everything that's on my outside patio is still producing. Nobody told them it's out of season because they still going. I got leeks, I got onions, I got tomatoes, I got, my snap peas, I'm just going to let those die because those and the hornworms, I'm going to grow snap peas and green beans inside my tent. That's what I'm going to do. Because the hornworms out there, I can't get with it. Me and them are not friends, okay? My serrano peppers are still producing. My sweet banana peppers are still producing. Everything is still producing. Nobody told them to stop. So when people say, oh, we got to pull this up and clear this out, why? They're still producing. As long as they're still producing, they're going to stay outside. Everything that I'm going to start from seed, either direct sow or go in the greenhouse, that's stuff that's going to get put inside my tent. So then that way I don't introduce no pests, no hornworms, no aphids. I don't want to produce none of that inside my tent. And let me tell you, if you're going to buy starts, the small little plants that you can get from the big box stores, like from Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace, all of them, Tractor Supply, the ones that's already started, don't put them in your garden right away. You got to stick them in quarantine. I have little, what you do is you go and get you some vegetable bags, some fine mesh vegetable bags, and you put it over that plant and you secure it, okay? And then put it away from your other vegetables. Give it about 10 to 15 days off to the side. All your starts, do that and put them off to the side. Because the reason why you cover them in mosquito netting is because after you check the plant thoroughly to make sure there's nothing on your plant, you check the top, bottom leaves, you check the branch, you check the main stem, you check the dirt, you check all of that. After you do that, then you put your netting over it and secure it, and then you put it over on the wayside. Then that way, you keep feeding it and everything and watering it like you're supposed to, but then that way, if there's any pest or anything that you brought home on that plant, you will know. And that way, it doesn't get introduced to the rest of your garden and destroy your garden. Because that's what I did. I got a basil plant that sucker stayed under there for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And then at the end of 2 weeks, when I took it off because you don't have to take it off to water it. You could either sit it in some water or you can water straight through the mesh. It's up to you. I took it off. I took a look. I didn't see anything that was eaten, bitten. I didn't see no eggs, no nothing. Then I went and I put it with my main garden. It's still producing today. It was 1. And now it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th one is coming up. And the leaves are big. I need to go ahead. I already harvested some off and dehydrated them and put them up, but I need to do it again. So this is what you're going to do, okay? So at the end of your 2 weeks of having the plant isolated, you can take it and put it inside the cinder block with some potting soil. One cinder block has 2 areas in it that is hollow. All you gotta do is put some dirt in it, put your soil in it, take your plant and stick it down in it. You good. And if you're in a balcony, you could set up multiple just going around your balcony. Boop, boop, boop. If you need something that has, say, it has like, it needs something real deep. Number one, you get the cinder blocks that are 8 inches in depth. 8 inches, not length, depth. Depth, 8 inches. Now, if you have something that needs a lot of room, you can stack them on top of each other and put them up against the wall in your balcony. Stack them up against each other. There you go. Put some seeds down there, or take a plant and put it down there. You can put a tomato plant down in there and let it go ahead. Mine shot up and shot out, and I ain't been out there in a while. I need to go out there and take, because I'm sure it's got suckers on there, take the suckers, the dried up leaves off of it and all that. Because I haven't been out there to do all that in about a week. I've just been watering it, and I need to feed it too. So I'm going to get up off this right now because this video has gone way too long. Also want to get a shout out to everybody that is first time gardeners that think that they have a black thumb, because I thought I had a black thumb. I was killing aloe vera. Aloe vera is supposed to be the easiest thing to grow. I was killing it. I got an aloe vera plant out there now that is waging war, and yeah, I'm winning that war because it's dying. It went from green to like a brownish green. I don't know what it's doing, but come to find out, I can grow. I've grown from seed. I've grown from seed. I had one tomato plant and grew into many. That's good. I make some good coffee. All right, so I gotta go find my stakes for this and do another video of getting this down. It's just gonna be a quick little mini blip. I'm just gonna go lay it out there, get the stakes, show y'all how to put the stakes in. Hopefully Rufus don't go out there and pee and poop like he did in my area, which I gotta go get up now. I guess he thought I was clearing it for him, even though he does need a clean area to go, because some people didn't go out there and clean like they were supposed to, but that's a whole different, yeah. That's some good Joe. Well, I'm gonna say, get your drink on, guava. If you need some additional tips, you can go on to Lead Farmer 73, Lady Lead, New Orleans Gardener, Homestead Heart, Red Rose Homestead, Arms Family Homestead, Homestead Family. See, I watch all these people. For the people that can't cook, go to Mary's Nest. Let's see. I watch a lot of different gardening videos. They do gardening, they do livestock, they garden in pots, they garden in cinder block, they garden wherever they can find a place. They do prepping also, because you know, you want to grow your own food, number one, because if you're relying on these stores, you're going to pay a heavy price, because the prices are steady going up. It is going up. It is so ridiculous. It is crazy. So why not just, at least in the fall and the winter, you can grow your own vegetables. You can at least do that. And then you can go to the store and get your meat. Or you can get you a couple of chickens. I would love to have 2 or 3 chickens back here. But you have to contact City Hall to see if your area will even allow you. Majority of the time they will allow you to have chickens, but you can't have a rooster. Depends. You have to check it out and see what you can and can't have. I would love to have that. I really would. You have fresh eggs in the morning time, and you'll have meat birds for, just in case you have a whole bunch of birds. You can go get you some and process them, and now you got meat in your freezer, So it's just a thought. And then prepping, the rolling blackouts the cities be doing, you need to start gathering find you something to collect rainwater in. Okay? Get you a 5 to 70 gallon bucket and start collecting your rainwater. You can use your rainwater to feed your garden because the rainwater is better than the water that's out the faucet. The rainwater has natural nitrogen and other minerals that your plants would love to have. That way your water bill don't have to go up. And then put some aside for emergencies. Put a couple of those chlorine tablets in there to purify water. Set that aside, put that in your garage, put a top on it, just in case you get enough. Because some people got phone calls that say boil your water. In other words, the water that coming through your faucet is got contaminated. And so now you can't drink out of it. You can't brush your teeth with it. You can't take a bath because the sewer system and the water decided to mingle together and it's coming through your pipeline. So you get a phone call from the city that says boil your water. You got to boil your water to do everything. So if you have a water storage out there, you can use that for whatever you need to use it for. But don't go crazy on it, especially if you have a large family. When I was little, I used to take a bath in 1 inch of water. My grandmother used to put 1 inch of water in the bathtub. I don't know if any of you guys know that or had that happen to you guys. But yeah, she used, when I was little, all the way up until about 6th grade in elementary school. She'll go in there and do my bath water, and it'd be this much water in there. And I'd be looking at it, I'd be like, I can't take a bath in there. She's like, yes, you can. Rinse off, wash up, rinse, and get out. And that's all the time you had, too. Because by the time you soaked up and you started getting the water off, this was before, what did they call it? This is before body wash, when you had bar soaps. Your dirt and the oil from the soap that was made, all of that floats on top and it starts to get back on your skin. And then you're looking dirty again. So you have enough time to splash, stand up, wash off, sit down, splash water on you to rinse off, and get directly out before that stuff starts to get back on you. Yeah. So they're the ones that I mentioned. And don't forget Prep Steaders. She's good. I love her. And she always give you a nice little quote from the Bible, to start your day out right. These are people who prep for bad times or the end of times when everything goes crazy, which is happening now. We don't have no water in the aqueduct. We have rolling blackouts that the government is probably doing, somebody's doing, or it could be the fact that a storm has came and has literally knocked your lights. You need generators, you need this and that. If you cannot cook, what you gonna do? You can't go to a restaurant. If everything is closed, because we got caught in the COVID shutdown last year. We got caught in it because luckily that day when they shut it down, March the 20th, 2020, when they shut down the city, there were some stores that were still open. So we ran down there and got what we could, okay? But what you gonna do if you have no way of cooking? You have to think about that. We're talking about, electricity. Say you have no electricity. Well, guess what? You can't run your stove. Your stove can be gas, yes, but to turn it on, it takes electricity. That's why behind it, there's a tube that's for gas, and you still have to plug it in. So now you don't have no stove. You can forget about it. No stove, no oven. What you gonna do? You say, well, I have a fireplace. Not everybody has fireplaces. So if you have a fireplace, okay. Now the question is, do you have wood? You say, well, I have a gas fireplace. But what if the gas is shut off? Do you have wood? When was the last time you had a chimney sweeper come down and actually clean out the chimney? When was the last time you burnt that little thing to get the crystalline stuff that's on the side of the spout for it to burn that off? Yeah, see, you can't, like this house has a fireplace. We've never used it because I don't trust it. Number one, I don't trust it. So we've never used it. Now you don't have heat. You have no heat. You have no gas. And you have no water. What do? You can't go to the store. You can't leave out the house. What do? Did you dehydrate food? Did you water bath can food? Did you vacuum seal food? Did you can meat? What did you do? Because now you're going to have to use that. You're going to have to use your food supply. Do you have canned meat in the refrigerator, in the cabinet? Do you have canned beans? Something that does not need cooking that you can literally just pop the top and eat it. Do you have a manual can opener to get into it? Do you have a fire pit that's outside, which would be great? Because if you do and you have wood and you have, that means you can fix food. You can heat food up. Okay? You got to think about those things. I've been thinking about that stuff for years and years and years. And I kept saying, but how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? Me, I'm just renting a room here. But I want an RV. And in my RV, I've already started collecting stuff for my RV. And you say, well, Angela, you're going to have a garden. Yes, but where I'm going to move to is room for me to put a garden in my RV. So I'm good. When I get my RV. Still working on it. So what are you going to do? You have no water, no fresh, clean water. You have what you need to take a bath in. You need to brush your teeth in. You need to eat and drink with. You have no electricity. You have no gas. Say all you have is propane. I wouldn't use my propane for that. I would save my propane for when it's really bad. What if it's snowing outside and the house is freezing? Are you trying to heat up your whole entire house? No, you heat up one room, the biggest room, which would be the master bedroom. And if the master bedroom has a bathroom, you guys are good. You go in there with your mattresses or with blankets, arrange them on the floor so everybody can be in that one room, and you can heat that one room up using a floor heater and a generator. And you're good. And you can also, if you don't have that, you might have blankets. You might have big, nice, heavy blankets. If you don't, you start getting them now. It's going on wintertime. We're in the fall, but it's going on wintertime. So you know the temperature has already dropped. It's going to drop even more when winter get here. It's going to be nasty. I know out here in the desert, it snowed last year. It snowed for a whole week. We had snow. So you have to think about that. Are you prepared to get your family through? Did you go buy rice? Did you go buy beans? Did you go buy canned meats? Did you go buy a pressure canner and try to can your meat? Do it now. Put that stuff away. I got beans, carrots, peas, corn, rice. What else I got? Ghee. I made my own ghee. I have ghee. Ghee is clarified butter. It's shelf stable. It doesn't have to be in a refrigerator. Plus, you don't want to keep opening and closing your refrigerator and your freezer because you keep letting the cold air out. And if you have no electricity, you have to make sure that stuff stays shut. Okay? I got mushrooms. I got teas. I got kale that I grind down to a powder. I've got a lot of stuff. Okay? That I just, anytime somebody have a sale, you go and you stock up. Like at Wally World, they had a sale on frozen vegetables. I got those, put them on my dehydrator. After I took them off the hydrator the next day, I put them in a mason jar, put the top on it, put my little vacuum sealer on there, sucked the air out of it, put the date, and stored it away. I got stuff stored away from a year ago. You got to think about all that stuff. I've pickled vegetables that's in the refrigerator right now. I've done pickled vegetables. You have to think about that stuff. You really do. Because right now, this ain't no joke. If you counting on, oh, well, we'll just run down to the store. But if the stores are closed, what you gonna do? Last time, when they shut it down, the very next day, on the 21st, wasn't nothing open. Nothing. Wasn't a thing open. Nothing. What you gonna do? Is your family gonna starve because you were stupid? Hey, I'm not calling you stupid. I'm saying if you're waiting for a store to be open, you're doing a stupid thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because there, also think about it like this. There might be some days where you worked hard and you don't want to go out to buy food. You want to just use what you got in your house. If you have food storages, you can go into it and pull out a meal for your whole entire family. You don't have to go nowhere. If you don't have no electricity, no gas, no water, but you have one of those fire pits, go put your fire pit on the patio, on the balcony. Put one piece of wood in there, light it. Put a rack on top of it, put a pot on top of that. Heat your food up, go and eat it. Or what you gonna do? I mean, I've dehydrated rice. I cooked the rice till it got to al dente, took the rice off, put all the rice on, I drained it, made sure I rinsed it and everything, get all the starch off of it. I laid it all out on a kitchen towel,
let it dry, put it on a food dehydrator, left it there for 24 hours, took it off, crunched it in my hands a little bit, put it in a mason jar, sealed the mason jar, and put the date on it, and put it up. So now it just turned into instant rice. All I got to do is add hot water to it, give it about 5 minutes, and it's done. You have to think about those things. You really do. Because right now, stuff is too crazy right now. I've been to stores where there are some stuff that is not on the shelf. It really is, depending on where you go. There's some stuff that is not on the shelf. And the funny thing about it is, why the fresh stuff is still on the shelves. Where I live, it is, but the preservative foods are not on the shelf. Why would you want to eat preservative foods anyway? Your grandmother or great-grandmother lived till they was 90 something to 100 and something. Why? Because they had food. They were eating real food. And let me tell you, if you garden and you grow your own food, growing your own food tastes totally different than what's in that store. Because remember, what's in that store has been either on a ship or has been on a truck that had to come in. So it probably got to your store a week ago. So all the good stuff about it is gone. So you have to think about that. All the good minerals and the good flavor that you would get straight out of the garden is gone. Like radishes don't taste like radishes. A lot of people didn't know radishes are actually spicy, like ginger is spicy. Because by the time you get the radishes to the store, the spice has dissipated. But if you go in your backyard and you pull one straight out, wash it off and eat it, it's spicy. See, it's different. It's got a different flavor to it. You know what? This video is too long. I think my thing done turned it into 2 videos, so I'm just going to post both videos. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can constantly get videos of how I'm going to be setting up my garden. So if you want to come along with me, every day I will give you a heads up about what you need and what we're going to do, so then you can go out and get it. Okay? Make sure you save the video. Make sure you share the video with somebody else. You might have a friend down the street or a next door neighbor that wants to get started. And we're going to do this together. Okay? My videos is called The California Mojave Gardener, First Time Gardener, The Naked Truth. I tell you what other people don't tell you. Okay, so go back and check out my videos. I tell you what they don't tell you. You think that, oh, I just put some seeds in, put some dirt, put some water. Oh, it's going to grow. That's not how it really works. You're going to have good times and you're going to have times that's